Thank you, everybody, and welcome to Monday Momentum, which is Misha's slot, and she's so graciously allowed me to use it while her and Tessa and Michelle are overseas representing us all, I'm sure, um, in the conference that's about to kick off. Hopefully, um, if we're still on this call, we probably haven't got tickets. Hopefully, we've got virtual tickets. I know that we're looking forward to watching it with our virtual ticket. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an exciting time. Um, but tonight, Misha has allowed me to share more about what I've created to help all of us, really. And yeah, one of the struggles that we had was losing place of where we were at with people, losing place of the conversations that we were having with our prospects or leads or potential customers, whatever you want to call them. And we know how important follow-up is um, to especially our organization, but other organizations like ours. Any business where relationships are important. And it was that needing to carry everything in our heads, and it was either post-it notes or to-do lists. And look, this was a problem that I've had for my whole career was to-do lists. And I remember back in my corporate world, my to-do list was like 4 or 5 pages of A4 long. And there were things in there that I'd forgotten to cross off. And there was just this constant struggle and clutter in my brain. And I was thinking, okay, moving away from the corporate world into our own business like LifeWave, everything will be so much simpler. But very quickly, that changes. It's not only have you got normal life clutter and work clutter, now there's LifeWave clutter, and you know it's really easy to get into that paralysis where you've got so much that you know you need to do, so you sit down at your laptop or you open your phone and you go, you're paralyzed. You don't know what to do first. And I've got a bit of a slideshow that I've given before, and people beat themselves up for missing those, and people thinking, oh, they're going to think I don't care about them, and now I've left it too long, and I can't call them now because they'll think that I've forgotten. And it's not because we don't care about them; it's because we care too much that we put this pressure on ourselves, and then that pressure makes the clutter even worse. So I wanted to address that head on with an application, a tool that that's going to help us with that. And so I started looking around at other tools that we could use, and we started with a spreadsheet with a funny front end to it, and because I couldn't find anything off the shelf that was just simple enough and just did what we needed. So then I decided to build one. So look, let me show you what I'm talking about. Um, because pictures speak a thousand words. Um, and this is what I'm talking about when he says when he finally gets it up there. So this idea of carrying everything in our heads, because this was us. This was certainly me. And Deb, I know it was you. If I can just speak on your behalf as well. Um, lots of things, and it was hard for us because there were two of us working the business. Who's doing what and who's had that conversation? And did you remember to follow up with Tiffany? And and there was too much going on. So as I said before, we were losing track of conversations. We were missing opportunities because we didn't know what to do. That paralysis I was talking about. And then if you leave it too long, you feel like it's been too long and you just don't know what to do. The opportunities quietly disappeared. And I don't know how much money we've left on the table, if I can use that term. I hate that term. But people that we haven't been able to help who actually needed our help. And if we'd got back to them, who knows? It could have been the answer to the prayers that they'd been looking for. struggling with whatever they've been struggling with, and now we've gone AWOL and they've gone AWOL, and here we are. So what we built was LeadLight. Um, be the light, lead the way. It's designed to be the one place that you can refer to have that picture of the relationship you have with that potential customer or that existing customer or that brand partner. So it brings all of that together. So every conversation you've had, every task that you've had, every clip that you've sent them, you can record it all here so that you don't have to carry it in your head anymore. LeadLight's doing that heavy lifting for you. And then there's a relief that comes with that, that you can just park because you know you've recorded it. When you come back to it tomorrow or the next day, it's there. Your memory's refreshed. Um, so what it helps you do, we've talked about not forgetting the follow-ups, but building trust. So when you say you're going to get back to somebody in 2 days' time after you've sent them this is the info, um, if you miss that commitment, this trust starts getting eroded. So, but if you meet the commitment, trust starts building. So this is where I say trust is built through consistency, and I don't think I'm the only person to say it. But meeting those commitments, honoring them, meeting people is part of this journey, part of nurturing a relationship. And people do business with people that they trust. Leading with confidence. So I mentioned how this isn't just for customers, it's also for our brand partners, people in our team. If we know where they're at, we can have better conversations with them. Um, it, it's again, it's easy enough when, um, well, it's hard enough when you've got a few customers and then you've got some people that you want to treat slightly differently because they have made, they've expressed an interest in turning this into a business and making a real go of it. Um, and we hear a lot about how we need to bring those people close and work with them. If we can understand that relationship better, we can do a better job. I mentioned this isn't a CRM, so we've heard that LifeWave was bringing out a CRM. They've brought out things like CRMs, but they don't. In my opinion, that they don't hit the mark. They don't let us understand the full relationship. And 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 as I said, it's not an off-the-shelf product. This has been built by us as LifeWave partners for LifeWave partners, um, and it, I don't make any apologies for having it LifeWave focused at this point because it's what we need. You'll see what makes it LifeWave focused in a little bit. That's the exciting part. Um, so you can imagine when you wake up each morning and you open LeadLight and you've got a dashboard, and the dashboard um, looks like this. Um, very, very clear list of what to do. So it has your next best action. I'll come back to this later and show you the dashboard. But it's this that it removes that paralysis. So rather than trying to think through the post-it notes and the to-do lists and the mental clutter, who was I supposed to talk to? Um, the dashboard shows you what your to-do list is. It ranks everything that you've put on there according to the due date and the priority that you gave it, and offers up a very helpful suggestion. Here's what you should do first today. And you can categorize your people into customers or team builders, building partners, and help you focus where you want to be that time. Um, Introducing clarity is the number. Removing overwhelm and introducing clarity. Now I've called it LeadLight because thinking the analogy. Now we're sailors, right? We live on a boat most of the time or half of the time. So LeadLight doesn't, it doesn't control the weather. It doesn't calm the waves. It doesn't do anything like that. And it doesn't create the journey for you. It just shows you where to go. It just gives you a safe path. So it just illuminates the path.